Good morning. This is Barb from Barb's Ink Pad. And this is just a little something I've had around, and I thought, let me bring it out and just kind of pull it out. And here's my hostess code for February. Yes, yes, yes. So if anybody wants anything, February's a good month. It's the love month. Show some love and get something. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, what we're going to play with today is this lovely Easter Friends. And wouldn't you know, I bet I left the little sample upstairs. And let me run up there and get it. I know exactly where it is, but check this out and write down that hostess code. We're going to do a fun fold. Yep, a fun fold. And it's an easy peasy one. Here to come. I can't believe I did that. Well, yes, I can. That's because I had everything else in order this week except for the actual sample. So, is this little duckling cute? Is he not adorable? And check this out. Look at that. Yes, easy, easy peasy. And I'm going to show you another sample of something, another way to do it. Let me get rid of this. Got that copied. I'll put it out at the end too, because I didn't get my little thing up here figured out with the other kind of thing. Some things change around on me and I get a little bit confused. Before we go any further, the one thing that I want to say is right now for this month, you can get that special. We're all in this together with the hands and all the different, I'll pull those out in a little bit too. It's the ones with all the hands and everything. Hi, Pat. How are you? Happy Friday. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. Feel free to share with everybody. I'm good to go with that. Yes, and I should have got that over here, but it's the one with all the different skin tone papers. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl, hey, is that my Cheryl? I love it. I love it. So let me show you another thing that's coming out. This is Cheryl. Is that Cheryl? My friend Cheryl from Bayview? Please tell me it is, because I have a question for you later too. And I'll PM you if that's you. This is a new set that we were just able to get the beginning of February here. Is this not gorgeous? This is going to be in the new catalog, in what that comes out, the new annual catalog. It's called Waves of Inspiration. And I think, yeah, Waves of the Ocean is, I think, for the whole set. But let me show you what comes with the one and only. Oh, Cheryl, thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. And I have something. I know, Dr. Cheryl, I am so proud of you. God, I remember you way back when. Somebody who helped me out when I was sick and washed my hair for me. Yes, yes, yes. Waves of Inspiration. This is coming out in the new catalog. You can get it as the bundle where you get the Waves of Inspiration and the dies. Check out these dies. Are they not cool? Look at the waves and the clouds, and even, I'm not quite sure what this is. This actually, we went out to dinner last night. I think these might be some other little waves. Got to really play around with this. Clouds. I like these two things. I know. This is like absolutely amazing. I can't wait. It's just, I just opened it up actually this morning, the box. We were away last night. We were out to dinner with some friends, and then we came in, and I didn't want to open it. Opened it this morning to play around with it. But check out that wave stamp. and I like the sentiment. I like the little pelican on the post. It's going to be fun. But let me show you this. Check out these rhinestone basics. Amazing. And they come in 3 different sizes and 3 different colors. It's sometimes pictures and all this other things doesn't do the beauty. The colors of these are Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, and Pacific Point. And they come in 3mm, 4mm, and 5mm sizes. And they're just absolutely beautiful. And so this is your bundle, and then the whole set is, check out these papers. These are the DSP. These, I believe these are actually hand-poured papers that one of the Stampin' Up! People actually in the thing actually hand-poured these papers, which is amazing. So this is the one side, and you get, these are 12 by 12s, and you get 2 each of 6 different things. But, you know, it's just, there's great backgrounds and amazing. That's one of the papers. Here's the other one. Oh, I mean, check that out. And the colors on this, again, are Pacific Point. Let me tell you. Pacific Point, Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and Petal Pink. And you'll see the different colors. You can see this has got almost all of them, except I think the Granny Apple Green. Here's the Granny Apple Green in there. I mean, check that out. Is that not, I mean, just look at that. It's amazing. Oh, you haven't seen amazing yet. I love this one. Oh, I mean, I just love the beauty of all of them. They're just amazing. These are good. These are going to do some fun things. And let me see. Then you have this one, and the other side is more like the daffodil and all like that. I'm not sure. They have a couple of little samples there, but I can't wait to start to play with this. It's going to be fun. And the other thing you can get with the whole, if you get the whole set, is the blue foils. Now this looks like your silver foil. Then there are 2 different shades of blue, and they're the metallic papers. Oh, who doesn't love metallic papers? Ah, me. Yeah, that's my favorite. So I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. This is a sneak peek for me. And you can start to get it. It will be available March 1st for people who aren't demonstrators. March 1st through May 2nd. So I'm excited with that. Yay! And I'm telling you, the whole bundle is not really badly priced. Let's get to this cute little fold. It looks complicated, but it is really, really easy. Super, super easy. So like I said, we're using the Easter Friends. They are just too cute. Check out this little dude. He is so fun. You know, they're all just really cute. I'm going to be honest, and I really wasn't, this wasn't one of my, it's cute, but doing Easter cards is not my thing. I don't really do it that much. Well, I'm going to say for at least the past couple of years with everything, and we're not getting together with the whole family, and my kids, they would rather just, you know, my kids and my grandkids, just give us something else and we're good to go. They're fun. And then I pulled out these. Now, these papers are from the Rainbows of Happiness that you can get free with a $50 purchase through the end of February. Yes. So these are the papers that come with the rainbows. And there are no rainbows on this one. They were some other ones. But I like the subtleness of this, and then the colors. This is Flirty Flamingo, and this is So Saffron, and the papers kind of go with that. So let me show you what I got here. These are my Those are the ones that I used from the layering circles. Love my layering circles. They used to have squares and ovals and everything, and I'm like, whoa, I love them. So I am actually going to start off and show you one thing that I did. Don't have my coffee yet. Checking in with you to see what you're doing. Hey, Kathy. Kathy, here's what I'm doing. I'm doing a fun fold. So I'm doing that. It's kind of cool. I checked in with a couple of people on this, and then actually last Saturday I did a all-day kind of stamping thing, and this was one of the folds, but it looks a little bit different. Hey, Susan, how are you? Yeah, this just worked out so well. But I'm going to show you the first thing that I'm going to do, and I'll tell you one reason why I did this. I'm going to put these together, and I am going to use my glue. Where's my glue? I know I have it here. I'm going to use my glue only because I actually made this like 1/8 of a difference all the way around. And I am just doing this around the edges, and I will explain why I did that. But I like to use the glue when I do something really, really close with 1/8 of an inch all the way around, because it kind of gives you a little bit of wiggle room. And I'll show you why I left nothing in there. And I'm going to not... since I have this out, I'll do this. And I'm telling you, I have gone through my glue this week, because this week I didn't post anything on my Facebook page, only because I was busy doing something else, and I got like tied up most of the week with that. But I finished that, and now I'm back. Watch out, getting glue everywhere. And I'm leaving that open. Okey-doke. Now this one, the card base is your usual 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and then scored at 4 1/4. That's probably a little bit off, but that's okay. And then I put that right there in the middle. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to cut the bigger hole like right there in the middle. That'll give you your opening right there. Let me bring my little machine over and cut this. And like I said, I really don't do Easter cards all that much, but this was just too cute, and I also got it because I'm doing another thing at the end of the month. So let me bring this in here. Now I am going to guesstimate this. Let me see, put this around here. About where I want it, which will be right there, because I'm going to put a little sentiment down here. If you wanted to, you could put it in the middle, but I really wanted, it just looked a little bit too blank without doing something. So I'm going to put this like right about there. Let's see, that'll work. And I'll show you why I didn't put any adhesive in the middle of this card. Let me move this around here. There we go. Cute, 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 cute. God, that's really going through hard today. Sometimes it's like, I know why it's hard. And you want to maybe run this through a couple of times, just because I'm going through 3 layers. It's like 3 layers of cardstock, or 2 layers of cardstock and the other. Let's see. Yep, that came out good. And this is why I did this. The reason I did this is because then when you make your cutouts, you have, it is 3. You have those 3 size things, so you can save those for something else. Yesterday I didn't do that. I had it all glued up, and it was after I did that. You know, it's like the same reason that I always remember to do stuff after I've done it. So here you go. You have 3 nice circles. And I believe this is one of the larger ones. So you've got that to save and put on the side. So now I'm going to put this over here, put that there, and let's pray that we don't lose it. Okay, now see, that kind of came through, and that, oh, that must have got caught in there somehow. Anyway, we're going to cover that up. Now I have another piece of paper, and this is 8 by, no, it's 5 1/4 by 8. I know hindsight is always 100%. You got that right. I'm perfect with that. I'm really good with that. So this is cut. It's 5 1/4 this way and 8 this way. And it's scored at 4 and 6. So this way you have 2 panels that are 2 inches wide. So let me do this, because at first I sat there and I thought, I got a little confused at first when I was doing this, because trust me, it doesn't take me much to get confused when I'm cutting stuff and when I'm doing stuff. Now where's my cutter? Cutter. Here it is. Doesn't take me much to get confused. So let me show you how I did this. And then you have enough that there's enough for 2 people, for two things. I took, this is the 8-inch side, I mean the 8.5-inch wide. So I took and I just cut that and made that 8. And you got a little strip if you want to save it for something. I've learned that I've got so many strips and all like that. And then so now you have your 8 inches, which is going to be your long line. Now you want to cut it at 5 1/4. Woohoo! And you have enough for another card or for something else, for just whatever you want it. Then you turn it back again to the 8-inch length. I hope I'm making sense. And then you want to score it at 4. And then it's 6. Woohoo! Yep. And there you go. So, but at first you should have seen me looking at my paper. I looked at my paper yesterday as if I had never seen paper and knew how to cut it. Some days that's just the way it is. So then you're going to want to fold this in this way, and then fold this that way. So then you have, that's what you want to call the mountain fold. If you were doing it the other way, it would be a valley fold. So you have mountains and valleys. So when you're looking at this, you've got a mountain fold. Now I'm going to decorate these 2 pieces. So I decided, don't normally do this, I decided that I was going to make 3 layers. Yeah, because I don't have anything else to do. I wanted to make it 3 layers. I think it's just because I didn't like when I just did the 2, so it was kind of funky. And I just took one of the other, and again, I did this 1/8 of an inch apart. 1/8 of an inch border around on both pieces to show just enough to bring it out. And I brought out one of the other papers that kind of had all the same colors in it, just to give it a little pop of something different. So that's what I did with that. So let's do this, and then we can do a little bit of Stampin'. So again, I am going to just use this. I'm just going to use my little... And when I say it just kind of gives it a little bit of wiggle room, and I just mean that because when I go to put it down, when you use any of the other adhesives, once you stick it, they're down, but this kind of gives you a little bit of room to play with if you're not exactly where you want it to be. So there's that. And then, so again, I'm using the So Saffron and the Flirty Flamingo along with that. And then it is like a 1/4 of an inch on that one, so I'm just going to use regular glue on that one. Regular, going to use my, see, I told you I'm running out of this because everything I needed, everything I was putting together, I needed my glue. Huh, I really went through that. And let's put that there. Oh, all right, again, I do believe last week I said we were having some pretty crappy weather. And we're still having crappy weather. Last day or so it's been rain, rain, rain. At least it's not ice, but it may change to ice today. It's raining, I don't know. Living in Maryland, you can, you know, wait 5 minutes and the weather will change. Okey-doke. So now with this, I'm just going to go ahead and use this. Now I put this, since the outside of this was this paper, I decided to put this on the inside just because, that's all. Just because I could. And you just want to put that right on in here. And like I said, on this part, I did give it, like I did, you know, fix it so that it's a 1/4 of an inch on the side. So the dimensions on this, okay, those are 2 inches wide by 5 1/4. So the yellow piece, I will write all these down and put these in the comments later. But the So Saffron is 1 3/4 by 5. The Flirty Flamingo is it's like an 1/8 of an inch difference, and then this is an 1/8 of an inch difference. It's just, right now my brain isn't working with how much is it? So, but I will write it down in the comments later. I know, I don't even want to think about, and the weather is awful. I have my little bunny rabbit, and I just wanted to do something a little bit, oh, I like that other color. I did him in Smoky Slate. And I just put him, see, notice I'm not putting it in there just in case I really mess it up, and then, whoop. But he's just a little cutie look. He's just kind of, oh, look at me. I'm out here. This is what I'm doing. I'm just looking at you with those little bunny eyes. And then, of course, I left the garden green over there to do my grass. See, this is what happens. I thought I was together. And then, nope. Green. That's what happens when you're trying to check something else out as you go to get ready. Ah! Oh well. And then I'm just stamping some little grass around. The fun thing about grass is you can make it and you can kind of put it however you want it, because grass is just grass. It's not level, it's not even. Okay, so I got some grass down. And now he's pretty good, but then I had a little saying on here. I should have put him down a little bit more. May your days blossom with joy and happiness. And I'm going to stamp that in there with some Flirty Flamingo. You can stamp it either at the top or the bottom, but the way I have this little bunny in here right now, I'm going to just do it right down here at the bottom. There we go. Flirty Flamingo is like one of my colors. I really like that. I really like it. It's in just a nice kind of subtle. See? So there he is. Is he not cute? He is so cute. And then you just want to put it, you're just going to be putting it on that, because this is going to stick down in here. Let's hope I get this right. Da, 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 da. Now you have that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little duck, and then you gotta love the chick too, the little baby chick. I almost was gonna put him in with the bunny. I thought, no, not gonna do that. I'm just gonna kind of leave that right here. And let's take your little duck, and what I'm gonna do is I am going to stamp him in Memento Black. And I'm gonna put him up here because I want to make enough room for, I just juiced up my pad, so sometimes it comes out a little darker than I wanted, but this one isn't too bad. And then I just took some dark Daffodil Delight. I don't like that, and I'm gonna have to get myself a new one. I don't like that. I'm just coloring them in, and you know that sometimes on some of these stamps there is some like natural kind of shading. So I like to do that with I'll go over this with a darker color at first. And then I just took, and I'm going to take my light So Saffron. Now that's dark So Saffron. Here's the lighter one. And just color this little guy in. You just got to love him. He is just too cute. And you know, the trick with the blenders too is when you're coloring with them, you want to kind of start to blend and do it when the ink is still sort of wet. You don't want to let it just sit there and really dry a lot. It blends better when they're in there together, and you know, you can just kind of keep layering colors too. Like you can, you know, like let it kind of go back, and then as it dries, then just start to layer it a little bit more. But you can see, you can kind of blend it in. I will admit I am not the best blender ever. And then here is, I'm just using, this is dark pumpkin pie for his little beak. He's a little darker than the other one, but I think he's got a lot of shading and a lot of the other kind of stuff. Isn't he just too cute? You could even fancy him up a little bit and do a little bit of Wink of Stella over top of him. Yes. Now I'm going to take the smaller circle. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to, and I'm going to show you what I did here. I'm going to take the smaller circle and the larger circle. And I am going to cut, let's see, I'm going to cut my little duckling out with the smaller circle. But then I'm also going to cut a plain white. I know. Pat, I'm the same way. I am the same way. And then I'm going to cut a larger, just solid white circle. I could use one of the circles that I cut out with one of the other ones, but I like this white on white for it. And I'm not popping it up with dimensionals. Actually, oh yes, I did use dimensionals on this card, but okie doke. Let me put these over there. See, so I just liked the look. It just pops it up just enough with this. Even just being laying down, it just kind of gives it a little bit of dimension. Now with this dude, what I also did is I took, let me see, got everything all over here together, and I did use this Tasteful Textile. I just wanted to emboss them a little bit, just to make it a little bit different. I sometimes have a real problem with things just being plain, especially when it's on white. But I sometimes just like, I love the embossing folders. They're just too much fun. Yeah, actually, I got this set because I'm doing another thing, and this is one of the, you know, like a virtual kind of a thing, the end of the month, and this is one of the sets they're using. So instead of just using what I have at home, you would think that's what I would do. Nope, I went ahead and got this set. So that's why I did that. So now see, so it kind of, you kind of got it, it looks a little bit different, but it kind of just kind of pops it up. So I'm just going to use my, but it is just stinking cute. Okay, got that. Now how I figured out where to put this, because kind of got some other stuff on there. I just kind of put this little guy right here, and I figured, or let me show you. You're only going to want to put adhesive on this part, on that side of it, because you want to open it. If you put it all over, it's going to stick to this and it won't open, and you won't have like a fun fold. See, I'm going to put this little dude. This is the way he's going to be, so I want it on this side. So I just took a couple of pieces, and you want to use kind of a good, and then this is what I did. This was my little cheat. I just took and put that there, so I knew that that was going to kind of work with that. And voila, boom. Is that not cute? And then I just took and then I just stamped Happy Easter. I love the font work in this. It's just really, really nice fonts. And it's really good. May your days blossom with joy and happiness, sending warm and happy wishes this spring. And then Happy Easter, and then the other one is My Friend. So then I have a piece here. It's 3/4 by 3. It's 1 3/4. It's 3/4 inch wide and 3 1/4. And I'm just stamping that like right there. And then I'm using my handy dandy little, I love these triple punches, you know, where you get like 6 punches. And so you get it where you can do it like a 1/2 inch wide, 3/4 inch wide, or, and one, let me see, it's 1 inch, 3/4, and a 1/2 inch. And there's 3 different ones we have in the catalog, and this one you can do it either. You can do an innie or an outie. My favorite one is this flag type one. And then I just took and I'm just put that there. And then, like I said, I didn't think that I did, but yes, I did. I did have dimensionals. And did I not bring them over here? I want that little dude. Did I leave my dimensionals over there? I should have picked those up. See, I've got so much. I end up putting everything like all together here, and it's like, really, seriously, you did that? Ugh! So much for that. Let me grab some. They're right here. That's why I forgot them. These are just some little baby ones. And I'm just going to put 3 of them on here. Yeah, these are the little baby ones. Ugh, that's all right. They still work. And there you go. And then I took these amazing, these are the faceted rhinestones that are in the catalog there. And I just like to use those, and just, you can make a, you know, put a little zing. Put a little bling just to do that. And then this, I don't know what that was from, but there you go. Is he not cute? Easy peasy. I'm telling you, it was just way too cute. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you liked it. Oh, this was another little thing. Here are these little brass butterflies that are in there. And I thought, how cute is this? How cute can this be? Because I thought of it because then I saw them laying around. We're just going to give him a little butterfly there too, to just kind of be. So that's what I have. I'm glad you like it. And I really appreciate you checking in. Feel free to share. And I will see you next week. And I will put all these dimensions in there. I may actually finally put something back on my blog, and it'll have all the directions there and everything else like that, which is barbsinkpad.com. But I will try to put all the directions into the comments, and I will see you next week back here at Barb's Ink Pad at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Have a good weekend and enjoy. Stay warm, stay cool. Stay dry, whatever your weather brings, because I'm pretty sure here it's going to be whatever. It's Maryland, and it'll change. If you don't like it, it'll change in 5 minutes. So have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week.